Alright, so the last time you were with us, me, Vesper, and Nemmy wound up in this kind of satyr-looking place. It was in a tree and stuff. It was pretty freaking weird. I'd never seen anything like it before, but anyways. So we get in there and everyone's fucking smashed. We have no idea why. Some guy tells us it's just because it's a Tuesday. Anyways, so we're there mostly because we heard about this quest that some satyrs needed help, and Vesper was kind of like, alright, cool, let's go. So we went there, and we met these two tribal leaders, and they told us that their daughter was some kind of chosen one, and we needed to help her get to this place on a mountain someplace, and they were going to give us a map, and she had to meet this thing called the Great Winged One, but they didn't know where she was, so we had to go find her, and we found her with this douchebag guy who was trying to, like, take advantage of her, and Vesper knocked him out of his little cliff burrow-looking thingy, and pretty damn funny if you ask me. That's where we are right now. Tulip's still kind of mad at us, but we're still gonna take her to see the Great Winged One.
This is Morgan. I just want to apologize if you heard any shaking during that.
Oh, I heard it. I lost my shit.
I'm sorry. Those were my wings. It was actually the wings of the Great Winged One.
Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Maidens of Mayhem podcast. I am Gabby, I will be your DM, and today I had a little bit of a realization while eating some Skittles that, did anyone else play that game, with Skittles, where, you would close your eyes and, someone would hand you 2 Skittles, and you'd have to try to guess what flavor combination it was, and then you got so obsessed with the game that you would track down different random, weird flavors, like the wild berry flavor and, the spicy flavors of Skittles, just because you wanted something different to try that game with? Or was that just me and I was a very weird child?
I feel like I did that game. I definitely did that in a class. We had to, try things with our eyes
I
closed,
did that in my life.
Never. Not once.
That's just who I was as a person. Okay.
No, I was gonna say... You lost me at Friends in game, okay?
It's probably more like my neighbors, if we're gonna be honest, because I don't think I hung out with many other people, but they were literally right next door, so they couldn't ignore me.
Unavoidable.
Exactly.
My next door neighbor sucked.
I've always had ratchet-ass neighbors. If the neighbors who are getting the cops called on more than my dad in 1 month, that's a record, dude.
Oh, shit. So enough about my weird Skittle thing.
I was gonna say, we used to have raccoons fight on the porch at the trailer park every night. You think I'm fucking kidding? I'm literally not.
Did you bet on these raccoon fights?
I know. Hell yeah, dude! It was fucking raccoon smackdown on the fucking busted ass trailer porch every fucking night. Sleeping in the living room because I didn't have a bedroom, so I literally slept in the living room, and just listened to fucking outside all fucking night. Occasionally,
rated M for language.
Yeah, occasionally.
Well, this episode started off with a bang. Hey Molly, you want to introduce yourself and your character? Follow this up. Do it. I dare you.
Hi guys, I'm Molly. I play Alessandra, a Dompier rogue. I don't know if you remember what she looks like. She is relatively tall. She is pale because she's half vampire, and she has fangs, also because she is half vampire. And her eyes are very odd colors, violet and red, also because she is a vampire. If you want to know her personality, imagine the song "Welcome to the Black Parade" by My Chemical Romance. Alright, that's her.
Hey, is she a vampire?
Dompier.
Okay, sorry.
She's
half.
She's half. Her mom.
One half of her body. The right half. Or maybe it's the left half, I'm assuming.
Maybe it's the bottom half.
It could be the bottom.
Maybe it's just the top half.
But she has fangs. It's the top half. It's the top half.
This is the top half. Okay. Anyway, I'm Morgan. I play Vesper Aurvandall, a human cleric of Twilight. Vesper is, and has been since the last episode, still 6 foot and 1-ish tall, blonde hair with white streaks. She has light brown eyes. Didn't describe that last time. And she is I like what Molly said. She's the stoic kind of character. She just kind of does her own thing.
And by does her own thing, you mean shove ex-boyfriends off of cliffs?
Apparently, yes. That is what Vesper does.
Would you say she's the savior of the broken?
I'm not going there.
You did heal his broken
logging
bones.
off.
I'm just saying.
I'm muting myself for the rest of this campaign. Bye, everybody. It was nice knowing you.
But there's not really a lot to Vesper. She's just kind of there. Or maybe there's more to her than you think.
Dun, dun, dun.
Anyway, Mikhayla, bring us home.
Hi guys, I'm Mikhayla. I am playing Nummy Nemesis. She is a tiefling ranger. Physical description: she's about 5'6", and she is a light violet color, and her eyes are a jet black, and she has decently sized tiefling horns, and she has a companion named Waffles McButters. He stays in a side strap what do you call it? Crossbody, like a crossbody purse, and he lives in there, and he's like a golden brown color. And as you come to listen, Nemmy is a very lonely, socially awkward person. So keep watching.
They can't watch this. This is an audio podcast.
Listen, that would be so cool.
Maybe we get turned into a TV show.
That's the goal. That is the ultimate end goal for this, is to just do it professionally.
Get me out of student debt.
Girl.
Moving on from that depressing subject.
I mean, I went from listening to raccoons fucking duke it out on the porch to, being kind of financially stable.
Yeah. Kind of. Emphasis on that. Alright, so the three of you and Tulip are climbing down the ladder. You just kicked Cypress out, basically. Out of the whole town, not just out of his own house, his own town. And
I meant it more like, I don't want to see him while I'm here.
Well, you don't know how he took that. Maybe he's gone for good.
No.
You don't know. He just ran out of the town.
Good riddance.
The borough, I should say. The borough of Shalar. What do you guys do now once you get down to the ground floor? Where all these drunken satyrs are?
Find your parents, Tulip.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So do you guys just go back to, like, the chief's dwelling then and see if they're there, or... Alright. So you guys walk back over there.
Yeah.
Same room, nothing's changed other than you see that Yarrow and Alyssum are there, and they do have some very neatly packed rations. So they're, like, wrapped in, like, leather and, like, perfectly portioned, and they provide you with enough for about 3 weeks. And when you walk in and you see that, and you also notice that there are several travel-size bottles of wines and various ales and stuff like that, but they're travel-size bottles so that you could just drink it, one go. That would be the equivalent of, like, a cup of ale and a cup of wine and all that. And as soon as you walk in, Yarrow turns and he speaks for the first time to you guys, and he says, "Oh, I see you found our daughter, Tulip. Come here." And Tulip runs into her dad's arms and gives him a hug, and as the father and daughter embrace, Alyssum says, "We got you your rations if you wanted to stop at Pine's Wares on the way out. She is willing to give you a 50% off discount on anything you may want to buy from her. This is all ready to go. I see you found Tulip. I suppose that means that you'll probably be ready to go within the next hour, if not sooner." And she kind of looks over at her daughter and her husband embracing, and she's just like, "Oh, it's so hard to let you go." And she goes over, and, like, now it's like a 3, like, family hug, and they're just like all like, family goodbye hug essentially. And Tulip, like, finally pulls away. She's like, "Mom, Dad, you're embarrassing. I'm going on an adventure. Like, I can do this. I'm an adult now." And, like, Alyssa just reaches out and puts her hand on Tulip's cheek, and she's like, "Oh, honey, you're almost an adult." "Mom!" And she, like, looks back at you guys, and she's like, and she just kind of is all red and embarrassed, and she just kind of grabs the rations that she put and, like, goes to put it at one of you guys, and then realizes that she doesn't realize who carries everyone's stuff, or, like, who she should hand it to. And she's like, "Food? I don't know who wants it, or if you guys just want to ration. I'm gonna put it back down." And she puts it back down on the table to let you guys figure that out.
Also, I'm just gonna say, we'll figure this out later. I need a crossbow.
Yeah. What she said.
Also, I'm just gonna look at Nemmy and go, "You need a crossbow?"
I was just more so talking about who's going to carry the rations.
Alessandra's gonna shrug.
Are we leaving today?
Tulip is gonna look it back and be like, it would be preferable because we do have like about a month and travel time and battles and adventures and who knows what else we could encounter on the road. So the sooner better. Like, we got sunlight, I assume, and she's looking up at like the dirt ceiling. She's like, it's probably still light out.
Nemmy's gonna look up at the dirt ceiling too, and she's gonna be like, yeah, it's the light
out. Vesper will then just take the rations and put them in her bag for now.
Do you take all the wine and the ale too? Do you just take all the stuff they put?
I guess, yeah.
Vesper's got a lot on her now, because she's got all those potions too.
Yeah, I'm gonna divvy it out later. That's the plan. I'll thank her parents. Thank you for eating these rations. It will definitely help.
They nod, and Alessandra says, "We are just so appreciative that you're willing to help our daughter and our tribe in our time of need. Not many would have done so."
Yeah, you're welcome.
Vesper will say, "I've never been one to pass by somebody who needs help, so it's really hopefully nothing."
Alessandra's not gonna say anything. She's just gonna stand there, kind of awkwardly.
You said Pine, I believe, was the name of who we need to go to for other supplies.
And Tulip's gonna perk up and be like, "Oh yeah, Pine. She's so lovely. I'll take you over to her shop." And she just turns back to her parents and be like, "If I don't see you before we leave, bye, love you, see you later." And she like throws up peace signs and walks out the door.
She has a medieval saber tumbler. I don't care.
She is such a middle to high schooler from like 2010 to 2012.
Oh, she probably also has a deviant art.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, if you follow
Tulip, nod my head to her parents and follow her.
They just kind of like nod, like solemn, like a thank you to you guys as you turn to go away. And Tulip will lead you across like the big cavern to the other side where you see another hole in the wall, but this one has just like a wooden table in front of it, and there's an older satyr. She has graying brown hair and bright yellow eyes. And her horns are they're like ram horns. They're curling back behind her hair, around her ears almost, basically. And she's dressed in more like conservative clothing, like a dark gray with like an apron and stuff on her. And when you approach, she says, "Oh, Tulip, hello, sweetie. How are you doing today?" And Tulip takes her hand. She's like, Hi, Pine. You look lovely as always. And these are my..." And she looks back over her shoulder at the three of you and she's like, "Traveling companions. They're gonna help me do the whole, and she like pulls the collar of her white shirt aside. "This thing, pointing at the mark on her collarbone." And Pine says, Oh yes, your mother was just telling me about providing them with a discount of 50%. So please look at anything that you'd like." And there's price tags on everything. So as you're looking at the table of her wares, this is what she has. She has some arrows, and they're in a pack of 20, and she has 2 packs of them. They're 1 gold piece for 1 pack. Basket for 4 silver pieces. Fishing tackles are 1 gold piece each. She has manacles for 2 gold pieces. A scarlet holy symbol for 5 gold pieces. She has soap for 2 copper pieces each. Tankards for 2 copper pieces each. Torches for 1 copper piece each. And twigs in bundles of 10 for 1 copper piece. And all those prices are half off for you guys if there's anything from her that you wanted to buy.
Alessandra's gonna frown at the lack of a crossbow. And she's gonna say, "How many torches do you have in stock?"
She like reaches beneath the table and rummages around, and she pulls up, in addition to the 3 that were on the table, she pulls up 3 more. So she has a total of 6.
Alessandra's gonna nod and say, "I'll take them all."
"That'll be 3 copper pieces, young lady."
She's gonna hand her 3 and then just throw in a 4th just for the hell of it.
"Cool. Thank you. How kind."
Nemmy's just browsing. she's just looking. She's kind of a frugal woman. So I mean, even at half off, it's it might be a little expensive for her. And she finally just got some money, so she's just browsing at the moment.
Vesper, is there anything you wanted to look at or buy?
The holy symbol, what was that? What was the first part of that? I kind of missed it.
Garrett. The holy
Scary?
symbol amulet. You can, as you look at it closer, it's a golden amulet, and you've seen the symbol a lot now, and you probably would have noticed some of like the symbols and sayings that you would have put this together already. But Scarret is the nature god of satyrs and centaurs. It's also the embroidery that was on Grover's robes. So you think most of these satyrs probably worship this god.
And then you also said there was baskets and fishing tackle?
There is one basket and there's several fishing tackles. Like there's just like a box full of different types of fishing tackles.
I'm definitely gonna pick up the holy symbol.
Okay.
And I guess that'll be it. The fishing tackle is very interesting.
So when you pick up the holy symbol, Pine says, "For that it will be 2 gold pieces and 5 silver, half off."
I'll give her 3 gold pieces.
She looks over at Tulip's like, "I like your traveling companions."
And I guess, yeah, that'll be it. That fishing tackle still in the back of my mind.
So now that you guys are done shopping at Pines, what do you do? Are you gonna leave or?
Vesper's gonna go back in and buy 2 fishing tackle.
Okay.
She like leaves and then immediately turns back around and is like, could I actually get a two of those, please?
Okay, so then she's like, of course, and that'll be 1 gold piece for 2.
Okay, I'll give her a gold piece then.
Alessandra's gonna kind of pat down her clothes and say, "Did we get the map from Tulip's parents?"
I thought we took it, but did we take it?
Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah, and I popped the map into the Discord as well.
Okay, cool.
I know that's so interesting for you guys to hear as an audio podcast, but that will probably go on the Instagram. Give you a reason to follow it. Anything I send to them will be put on the Instagram.
Alessandra's gonna look at Nemmy, then look at Tulip, then look at Vesper, and then she's gonna say, "Well, let's go." And she's gonna start out the burrow.
Nemmy's just gonna nod her head and
onward and outward.
And Tulip starts basically kind of trying to hide it, but not very well. She's like excitedly skipping out of the burrow as you guys start to go up that tunnel you originally entered in a couple hours ago. And you re-enter the Ivory Wood. So as you're walking back through the Ivory Wood, the air here is light and smells of unseen flowers. As the sunlight floods the environment with warmth, the trees stand tall on either side of the Gem Clover Road. The forest is dense, humming a deep resonance in your soul. This place both seems ancient and as if it does not belong here. The beauty of nature can be intoxicating like that.
Oh, wow. This place is really nice. Nemmy's looking around. La La Land.
Tulip's kind of got her hands on like the straps of her backpack, and she's just like looking around. I haven't been this far from Shilar like ever. This is awesome. You know where we should go?
Where?
So, I know that there's like this kingdom, like with a castle nearby, and I really want to go inside. I want to see the castle. It could be like a short pit stop. I'm just saying, we got a whole month.
Alessandra's gonna turn towards Tulip and say,
"Not at all. Maybe on our way back."
Alessandra's gonna say, "Is it on the way? It has to be straight ahead, or we can't go."
No, we would just have to go like back that way, like a little bit, because it's that way. It's
Alessandra's gonna start shaking. She's gonna start.
Go back.
Like, she's gonna hold up her hand and say, "Tulip, I'm gonna be with Nemmy on this. We'll go on the way back."
She looks over to Vesper to see what vibe she's getting from her.
Vesper is just gonna give her a look like, well, the other 2 said we're not, so...
She just kind of like scrunches her nose a little bit, and then just continues walking south down the Gem Clover Road.
Nemmy's gonna continue.
What time of day is it?
Along the path.
It's probably about like early evening, 5 p.m., 4, maybe 4.
And she wanted to go see... my brain just like...
She wanted to go back...
Right out!
She wanted to go back to the kingdom because she wants to see the castle.
That's probably quite the... I will stand strong in my... letting the other 2 decide, because Vesper doesn't want to offend her anymore after
Yeeting her boyfriend.
forcibly removing her from the premises.
Yeah, I totally understand wanting to go there, but it's just not a good idea because if you get hurt, then we'll really be sidetracked and we should really get there as quick as possible.
She's gonna say, well, why would I get hurt? It's just a kingdom. We go in. If they let us in, I see the castle. We could see other things that are there. Maybe even drink, which would be pretty cool. And we leave tomorrow morning. We could just stay the night.
Alessandra's gonna shake her head and then tap Vesper's shoulder and say, "Can I have one of those little wine bottles?"
Sure. Can I actually divvy up these rations? They're getting kind of heavy.
Sure, just give me a wine bottle first.
Okay, I'm gonna hand her a little airplane wine bottle.
And Alessandra's gonna take it and say, "If you'd like to drink, here's some alcohol. We have to keep going."
Are we all kind of stopped here real quick so we can divvy out these rations?
Yeah, you probably.
Oh yeah, I totally stopped and I'm just handing packages out to people now.
Mom, can I have a water?
You had a water 5 minutes ago. No. Does somebody have a map? The map? Who has the map? Because I would like to.
I think Nemmy has it.
Nemmy, can I see the map real quick?
Okay.
Oh, well, I mean, we gotta go that way anyway, don't we? Or we're already on the Gem Clover Road,
yeah,
right?
You're on the that little dotted path from the Tree of Shylar.
Yeah,
to the road,
we're like at sea right now.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
we've been to Fowndall already.
As soon as Nemmy says that, Tulip's gonna turn around and be like, "You've been there? What's it like? You have to tell me. Is the castle like beautiful and magnificent?"
Alessandra's gonna kind of snicker and she's gonna say, "It wasn't when we got there."
Nemmy is gonna kind of look at Alessandra, and then she's gonna look back at her and she's gonna say, it was a decent sized castle. It was pretty nice. It's cool for sure. But it was kind of average, I guess.
I don't think I understand what you mean by an average castle, because I've never seen a castle. So any castle would really do for me.
Yeah, I see your point there. But what did you think about it, Alessandra?
Alessandra's gonna shrug and she's gonna say, "It's a castle. It's made out of stone, and there's a bunch of rooms, and there's a guy who wears a crown and sits on a throne. Oh, and there's also this guard that I did not like at all."
Why didn't you like him or her? I'm not going to assume.
He gave me attitude.
Isn't that like a guard's duty?
Not when we're there to help.
Fair.
Nemmy is definitely just kind of making a face like she's just like, what the hell are you talking about?
About how much time will going to Fowndall add to this trip?
From looking at the map, you can easily see that it would probably take you until like later into the evening, so you would definitely have to stay the night at an inn there, but you would make it there before it got dark, and then you could leave again in the morning. And
if we were to continue south, we probably wouldn't reach anything. We'd have to camp, correct?
Yes.
Do you guys want to stay in a bed for one more night, or are we just gonna go?
Maybe we should stay in a bed. You guys think we'll have time?
I'll turn to Tulip. About how long is this gonna take?
Well, I don't know how long it's gonna take, but we have about a month before we have to be there. So, one day isn't that big or that much time compared to a month.
No, but it can also be valuable time if something goes awry. Alessandra?
Alessandra's just gonna shrug.
Don't give me that.
Give you what, Vesper?
You know what? We're going to town.
We're gonna see the castle!
Yeah.
Tulip turns around.
Just gonna shrug and she's gonna just start trudging the opposite way.
Wait, so
like towards the castle. She's going towards the castle.
Uh-huh. And by the way, this whole time, because you handed Tulip a bottle of wine while you were divvying up the rations, she's like halfway through that travel-sized bottle of wine. Let's see how she's doing with that. Her excited skips are getting a little bit out of rhythm as she's skipping along, excited to go see the castle.
Nemmy's gonna look at Alessandra and say, I don't think she should have been able to drink that.
Alessandra's gonna go, she wanted alcohol.
True, but is she even old enough?
She's 24.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. She seems a lot younger than 24.
Probably just naive.
She turns around and stops her skipping. She says, like, we satyrs start drinking at the age of 15. I'm a pro. And then she continues to keep walking. And she's like at the head of you guys. She's walking like probably like 5 feet ahead of everyone.
Alessandra's gonna turn to Nemmy and say, see? She's a pro.
Yeah, Nemmy is gonna look extremely concerned back at Alessandra, but not say anything.
Alright.
She is blown away each day by you people.
Oh, Lord.
Alright, so you guys travel for a few hours. Do you talk about anything, or do you just kind of travel in silence with a drunk satyr?
I feel like Nemmy would be the one talking to pass the time, and Vesper and I are just kind of glaring daggers at one another while we're walking.
Yeah, they're definitely the serious two walking, and Nemmy's just trying to carry on conversation.
Nemmy's just like, on the road again!
Can't wait to get on the road again.
Oh no.
That's
So
literally.
real question,
yeah.
does Nemmy sing while she travels? Is that really what she does?
Oh,
Gem
she
Clover
most
Road,
definitely.
take me home.
Oh, she most definitely not. She is not a singer by any means. She's gonna just kind of get
Wingless
to know.
Mountain, take me home. I'm so sorry.
Oh my god.
Gem Clover Road.
Oh my god.
Guys.
Anyway,
Sorry.
what does Nemmy do?
She's just talking to Tulip, asking her about herself a little bit, trying to get to know her.
What do you ask Tulip?
She's gonna ask her, so, back in your hometown, did you do any type of work?
She knocks back the last of the wine, and she's like, if by work you mean partying all day, then yeah, I worked all the time.
Nemmy totally gets spoiled brat vibes from Tulip. Nemmy's just gonna nod her head and you're like, oh, sounds like really hard work, I guess. Socializing and all.
Oh, it can be really exhausting some days, because then you run out of things to talk about, because, like, there's not that many people that live there, you know? So I've talked to, like, everyone extensively, except for I could never talk to Cypress until, like, a few days ago. But that was a bust, so it's fine.
Does Nemmy get the inclination that she is just really drunk and sappy right now?
Make an insight check.
Inside.
Inside.
See
An
inside
inside
her
check.
mind.
Yeah. 5. What a roll.
You definitely think she's drunk. You probably still think she's a little bit more of a spoiled brat than anything else.
Okay. And she's gonna be like, well, you didn't need him anyways. He was a jerk.
You know what? You're right, Nemmy. I didn't need him. I was too good for him. I could find someone better. There's someone out there. I'm going on an adventure. You know how many people I'm gonna meet? I could meet the one. On this journey, you never know. He wasn't it. He wasn't the one. And she kind of stumbles a little bit.
Does Alessandra see this?
Oh, you definitely see her and hear her, because she's at the point where she's drunk, where she has no idea what volume of voice she's speaking in.
She's gonna kind of side up next to Tulip and take out her water skin and say, drink some of this. You wanna be pretty lucid for this kingdom. You wanna remember everything, right?
Make a persuasion check.
22.
She, like, quickly grabs the water skin from you and starts, like, chugging. She's like, yeah, you're right. And, like, almost waterboarding herself as she's trying to talk and drink it at the same time. She's like, yeah, I gotta see this castle. I gotta see it so good and remember it. Does Vesper have any response to this encounter?
It seems like they have it under control, so
Vesper's just chilling in the back of the group.
Vesper's just gonna keep going, keep an eye out, make sure like nothing weird's happening. otherwise, since everybody else is kind of preoccupied right now.
Besides Tulip waterboarding herself?
Yeah, besides Tulip waterboarding herself. She'll be fine.
Oh my god.
A little, whatever it's called, never hurt anybody.
Waterboarding?
Perception check. What is waterboarding? It's like a, war crime.
Yeah.
It's a torture method. You put, like, cloth over their face
Yeah.
and just pour water so
Makes
they
you
kind
feel
of
like you're drowning.
Yeah.
You said perception, correct?
Yes.
That's a 19.
So as you're walking around paying attention to surroundings while also your companion's shenanigans, you don't notice anything out of place. Nothing seems to be dangerous or following you or anything like that. Or you think that the closer you've gone to the kingdom's walls again, the less likely anything is to be unsavory because they have a pretty good watch at the outer walls. And with that,
Okay.
from quite a distance, the stone walls of the kingdom of Fowndall can be seen. The sounds of life carries on the wind. The orange and green flags fly high and proud atop both the parapets and the castle in the distance, towards the center of town. And as soon as you get to where you can see that Tulip, she's like, actually, see, how much did she sober up by now? Pretty good. She's just like, I can see it from here, guys. Look, it's like there. And she puts her fingers, when you're trying to squish someone in the distance, as I tried to describe this for an audio podcast, and she tries to use that to capture the castle in the distance to point it out to you guys.
Alessandra's just gonna kind of
That's
smirk. She's gonna smirk. She's gonna slow down so she can catch up with Vesper and be like, "Gonna make any friends while we're here, Vesper?"
Vesper keeps walking. Vesper's not even gonna give her a response.
Alessandra's gonna start cackling and she's gonna go back up towards Tulip and Nemmy.
So you guys walk for about 10-15 more minutes, and you get to the gates, and there's a familiar face. It's that snooty guard, Alessandra, along with Clara. Clara seems to have been promoted in the 2 days since all that's happened.
Alessandra's just gonna smile and wave ridiculously at the snooty guard, be like, "Hey man!"
The guard looks back at you and says, Why are you back?
I'm just gonna smile and go, "I need a crossbow."
He looks over at Clara. Clara, I believe she was a half-elf, if I remember correctly. I didn't actually write that down for notes today. I believe she was a shorter half-elf.
She is now.
She is now. It is canon. It is officially recorded. So she is a shorter half-elf with blonde hair. She is very devoted to her duties. When they first met her, she was a squire, but now she seems to have been promoted to guard at the outer walls. She looks back at the unnamed so far male guard that Alessandra's got beef with and says, well, they did the kingdom a favor, I think. The king wouldn't mind them coming back in. They were completely disrespectful last time they were here. Inside
I believe that was not all of us.
So I'm just gonna smile and say, "Just to you, sweetie."
He nods. He's like, that one was completely disrespectful when they were within the palace, the castle itself, and you want to let them back
I won't
in.
argue with you there.
You want to let them back in.
Alessandra's gonna shrug and say, "Just with you, sweetie. Just with you."
He raises an eyebrow at you.
We just need to stay for the night, and then we're gone in the morning.
And when you say that, both of their eyes narrow at Tulip, who is kind of towards the back, standing off to the side, trying to get a really good look at the castle, even though now that she's up against the wall, she really can't see it from this vantage point. And they both stamp their pikes and they say, yeah, you can't enter unless she stays out here.
Alessandra's gonna narrow her eyes now and look at the snooty guard, and she's gonna say, "What do you mean?"
The snooty guard is going to say, her kind isn't welcome here. And then Clara's going to clarify, yes, the king has decreed that no Feykind are allowed within the walls. I'm sorry, but if you three want to stay the night, we can let you in, but we cannot let her. I apologize for any inconvenience, but that is the rules of the kingdom.
That is ridiculous.
Ridiculous or not, ma'am, that is the rules, and I must keep those who are not allowed in out. That is my job.
Nemmy's about to turn into a Karen and yell at these guards.
May I speak with your king, please?
Okay, Alessandra's gonna kind of fold her arms and get ready. I'm about to cast Charm Person, guys, and then we gotta sneak Tulip in.
No, do I catch the Alessandra doing this?
Alessandra, she kind of like rolls her shoulders back when she's getting ready to charm people.
I'm gonna have you roll an insight check to see if you've picked this up about her yet, because I know you weren't there for the last time she did it for a session.
Yeah, that's a dirty
I'm gonna do
20.
that one.
I'd say that's probably enough to know that Alessandra's gonna do something.
Okay, I put my hand on her shoulder.
Alessandra's gonna sigh and go, fine.
Let us go find her a comfortable place for the night, and then we will be back to find an inn, and I'll look at the guards, and then turn away and walk off.
Are you lying, Vesper, or are you telling the truth? Your hesitation makes me think you're lying.
It's like a roundabout lie.
It's a lie, roll deception.
It's like a roundabout lie.
Are you bad at deception
Yeah.
since you're like this holy person?
I mean, I'm okay. It's not great, but it's not like I'm negative. I mean, if you want to try and back me up somehow before I roll this, you can.
I got you.
Maybe. I don't know.
Alessandra's gonna lie too. She's gonna be like, yeah, we'll go find her someplace and then we'll come back.
Do I get advantage?
I'll give you advantage for that.
Yeah. Okay.
This whole time, Tulip's like looking at the two of you, like confused, like you're gonna leave her alone. Did you get a nat 20?
I rolled 7 and a natural 20.
Oh my god!
So that's
What?
21 total. I
What?
promise you, like
You're getting all of your nat 20s out early in the campaign.
I
You're
am
gonna
because I'm
suck.
just gonna roll 1 later. Oh,
Like you're gonna
I
roll
should have
to
taken a
save
picture
someone's
of them
life.
all.
You're gonna
I know.
Anyway, so the guards just nod and say, "We will see you soon." And as you start to walk away, Tulip's like, "You're gonna leave me in
And I
the
kind of just
woods?"
I keep tugging her along, and I say, "Yeah, we're gonna go find somewhere cozy for you tonight." Not technically a lie.
Tulip didn't figure it out. But Tulip's just
It's
like,
fine.
you're just, but you're supposed to, like, I don't
Come
think
on.
that's really helping.
Come on, we're finding somewhere. Don't worry.
She like reluctantly follows you.
Okay.
So where do you lead the group?
I just like need to get off to the side, like where they don't see us anymore. We're gonna like kind of go into the woods.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think we should leave her out here.
And I'm not leaving her out here
We're
by
not
herself.
going to leave her.
But I'm not
This
allowed in there.
relies, and I'm gonna look at Tulip. This relies on you staying with us.
The whole time.
Oh, I can do that. That's fine.
Do I trust her?
That's up to Vesper. You don't have to roll
Can I
for
make an
anything else.
insight check?
You can make an insight check.
Okay. See if she's gonna be truthful to sticking with us. 23.
Looking deeply in her eyes and knowing how much she's been excited about this castle, you think as long as you make sure she gets to see that castle at some point, she'll listen to anything you say. But if you don't take her to see that castle, she's gonna break off and go see it herself.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna turn to Vesper and say, what's the plan?
I can do this twice. I will tap Tulip. And she turns invisible. And I say I can do this twice. We have an hour. We get in, we see the castle. First off, maybe we go get a room and then go see the castle. But either way, we get in, we let her see the castle, and I like keep a hand on Tulip since I like touched her. I'm keeping my hand on her so I know she's there.
Okay.
And I say, Tulip, you follow us. We go see the castle. We find an inn, and we leave in the morning.
I'm just gonna look over at Vesper and say, don't you think it's gonna be a little suspicious if they see your hand holding air? And she's gonna kind of look at like where Tulip used to stand and say, Tulip, put your hand on Vesper's belt. Grab onto it. Don't let go.
Yeah.
You feel her hand grab onto your belt.
Okay. I'm keeping a feel on that, I guess. Not like a hand, like...
I feel like you'd notice if her hand, like, unless you get too distracted, you would notice if her hand left your
I'm
belt.
going to keep...
And Alessandra's gonna head up the back, like right behind Tulip.
And we will...
Nemmy is gonna follow.
Go back.
And Nemmy is thinking in her head, she doesn't... She thinks it's a bad idea to go to the castle still because she feels like that they're gonna get caught because she's a little scaredy cat. So she's thinking it. She didn't say it though, but that's what's going through her head.
So the three of you walk back up to the gate to Clara and unnamed annoyed boy. And Clara's gonna say, I see you found the Fae someplace to rest.
Alessandra's gonna kind of sigh and she's gonna say, yeah, doesn't mean she wasn't pissed.
I believe she was. I just can't break the rules. You break the rules for one, you can't keep the rules forever, and this is what I have to do. And she looks over
Alessandra's gonna nod.
She looks over at the other guard and says, "Open the gates, please. We have guests." And he just gives like a stink-eyed Alessandra, and then slowly does like a like a signal towards the inside so that it opens from the inside.
Alessandra's just gonna kind of do finger guns at him
as you walk by, going through the gate.
She's gonna wink.
And he just glares at her the whole time that she's doing that. So you are now inside the castle walls, or not the castle walls, the kingdom's walls. The castle, you know that you've been in this kingdom before. So basically, the way that it's set up is there's the center point where the castle is. That's on like a raised hill, and everything else is around it. So the Gem Clover Road actually runs through the town and goes out the other side where you guys originally came in through this kingdom.
Yeah.
So you know where the other gate is, and that'll lead up the hill towards the castle, and also has all like the stores and shops alongside. There's obviously side streets that lead to like all the residences and all that stuff. That's basically the general layout for now, at least, of what the kingdom of Fowndall looks like.
Okay, so would we have time to run and see the castle for a little bit and then go find an inn?
It's like late evening. You think you could probably run up there, especially because the first building on your right is actually the inn that you guys had originally stayed at when you were here before.
Okay.
So you know exactly
can I do it within like an hour?
You definitely could do it within an hour, as long as Tulip cooperates.
I'm gonna say back to Tulip, just kind of as we're walking, like kind of trying to like say it to like the others and being like, okay, if we start running out of time, we need to go find somewhere a little more private so we can get back to the inn.
I definitely think that we need to be careful.
Alessandra said, yep, we can't risk getting lost in this kingdom.
Tulip doesn't say anything.
Good. Smart girl.
She's still holding on.
Yeah, you still feel her like fist like against your like side where she's grabbing the belt.
Okay, make our way over to the castle then.
Right, so it takes you about like maybe like a 15-minute walk to get up the hill to where the castle is, and it's heavily guarded, obviously, because you know that's where the royals live, and any little bit of money that they had left obviously is stored. So it's more heavily guarded. You can't get too close to it, but close enough from the main road that like Tulip can look up at it, and like you can feel like her grip on your belt loosen a little bit as if she like wants to step towards it, but then she like tightens it again and realizes like, oh wait, I'm supposed to stay here.
Yeah. Within reason, I will like follow if she wants to get like a little bit closer. We're not obviously gonna be like going into it, but like
let's see how well she's restraining herself. Okay, so if you don't fight her, she does let go, and you probably hear her hooves on the cobblestone pavement.
I am after her.
Okay. She doesn't go far. It wasn't like she was running away, but she walks like to like the side of the road to look up at it more. Basically like right in front of the guards that are standing like at the path that lead up to the gate of the castle.
I'm just gonna like when I find her, I guess.
Roll a perception check at disadvantage.
Oh God.
I meant more like if she's tugging on my belt that she can lead me somewhere and I act like I'm the one, but it's fine.
No, she let go.
13?
Yeah, so you were able to follow the sound of her hooves on the cobblestone, and you can feel it. She's standing like right in front of this guard.
Okay.
Probably more diagonally, because if she was standing in front of him, she couldn't see the castle as well. But like, you know, like within 5 feet of this guard.
Okay, so I'm just gonna stand next to her and kind of like look at the castle.
What are the other two doing?
Alessandra's getting ready to like, her hand is like twitching next to her sheath because she's ready to like, just in case, because she wants to make sure Tulip's okay. I was going to just straight up, she's going to straight up say, I wonder if we can buy any tulips here and see if I can get her attention.
You're trying to get Tulip's attention?
Yeah.
Nemmy doesn't know what to do.
I feel like Nemmy's just shaking in her boots right now.
She is. She's nervous. She doesn't want to get caught.
So when you say that, Alessandra, you don't get any sort of response, but Vesper, you don't hear her move or notice her move, so she's still just standing at the edge of the road, like looking up at the castle.
Okay.
The guard closest to you, you notice, keeps like looking over at you and like looking straight ahead again and looking over at you and then looking straight ahead again.
Alessandra's gonna go, sorry, sir, this is her first time in a kingdom. She just really wanted to see the castle. Right, Vesper?
Yeah, it's the first castle I've gotten to see, so it's setting quite the precedent.
Roll deception at disadvantage.
Disadvantage?
Oh,
Yeah.
Nemmy's shaking in her boots.
Me?
For sure.
Deception?
Both of you. I'm gonna say both of you.
It's me, deception. Okay, believe it or not, 19 was my highest, 18 was my lowest.
And what did
So-
Vesper get?
Oh,
5.
no.
So the guard looks like back at Alessandra, because you're probably a few feet back from the side of the road, and like, I don't think that this is her first time seeing a castle.
Alessandra's gonna kind of walk forward and say, sir, she has some kind of condition where she just goes to sleep and the next morning she wakes up and she doesn't remember anything. We're just humoring her.
He like looks over at Vesper and then back at you, and he says, "Aren't you 2 of the 3?" And then he sees Nemmy in the back, like shaking with her tail, like between her legs, basically,
Yeah.
like nervous. He's like,
Yes.
"Aren't you the 3 that brought back the ring? Like, you've been here, you've been inside there before."
Alessandra's gonna nod and she's gonna say, yes, she was injured when we were there. She didn't know how we got all this gold and stuff.
Make another deception check.
Oh my god. Nemmy's just listening to this conversation like,
Vesper
oh,
wants to
no.
talk, but she doesn't know if she says anything that'll help or hinder.
21.
So she's just gonna keep quiet and
21.
keep staring.
21.
He looks sympathetically at Vesper and then back over at Alessandra and says, "That must be really hard on you.
Alessandra's just
You're
gonna
such a good
nod.
person to continue to take care of her like this."
Alessandra's just gonna nod and say, yes, she's a wonderful burden.
I'm sure she is.
And she's gonna look at Vesper and go, come on, Vesper, it's time for us to go to bed now.
I really like the banners here.
I know, Vesper, come on.
Oh, okay. I guess we better go find an inn for the night, and I'm gonna kind of like keep waiting for like Tulip to get the hint to like grab some part of my clothing.
You feel
I
Tulip's
better
hand.
I gotta change my clothes.
I know, come on, Vesper.
Nemmy is just like, she can't handle this right now.
You feel Tulip's hand grab your belt again.
Okay, this was nice.
I know.
Thank you, guard. I don't know.
Say goodbye to the nice man. Vesper.
Goodbye.
All right, come on, sweetie.
And Vesper will walk back over.
Oh, she's
And when
mad.
she turns around, she glares at Alessandra. And she makes sure that Tulip is still with her.
Tulip still got your belt.
And we make our way over to the inn.
I can't believe that worked.
You make it back to the inn. As soon as you walk in, you know this is the Rosewood Inn. This is where you stayed before. When you walk in, the innkeeper just looks up at you 3 and says, "Oh, you want to stay here again? Oh, I can get you rooms once again, or one."
Yeah, if you could.
A room would be nice.
Oh, just a room is fine, just one. We had a little change in plan, so we're back for the night, and then out again in the morning.
Oh, that's fine. That's great. You were wonderful guests. And he starts grabbing some stuff from behind the desk, and he says, 3 beds once again."
Please.
And he nods, and he grabs a key and he hands it to you guys. He says, "And that will be 100 gold for the night."
Alessandra's just gonna hand it over to him.
Thank you.
She's not even gonna haggle. She's gonna be like, we gotta get her in there. She didn't say that. She's just thinking.
So I assume you guys probably hurry to go up the stairs pretty quick as soon as he hands you the key.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So as you're
Nemmy
running up the
is
stairs, he just
dead
calls
silent.
after, have a good night."
Thanks, sir. You too.
Thank you, sir. You too. Tulip is still on my belt?
Tulip is still on your belt.
Okay.
So you guys make it
Okay.
back to the room. It's the same room you had before. The exact
Alessandra's
same room.
gonna.
memory.
She's not gonna say
That's a
anything.
memory.
She's just gonna like close the door, sigh, and say, "Keep your voices down." And she's gonna say, "Tulip, I'll sleep on the floor. You take the bed."
Oh, okay. Am I gonna be like invisible for much longer?
No, that'll probably be wearing off pretty soon.
And as soon as you say that, she manifests. You can see her.
We manifest Tulip back into this room.
So she goes over to the bed the furthermost on the right, and she just kind of like sits down and like kicks her hooves.
Alessandra's just gonna she's gonna sigh and she's gonna be like, I can't believe that worked. She's just like in awe.
Nemmy's laying in the bed because she is exhausted from being so worked up over getting caught. She's laying in bed and she took Waffles out and laid him next to her. And then she's gonna look over at Vesper and she's gonna say, "What time do you think we should leave tomorrow?"
Alessandra's just gonna say as soon as possible.
Yeah, as early as we can.
Okay. Well, the first one up can wake everybody else up.
Alessandra's just gonna say, okay, and she's just gonna sit and she's gonna lean up against the wall.
Is it
she's
like
gonna stay
bedtime?
up for a while.
I mean, it's about
Nemmy's
like
just
7
really tired,
p.m.
so
7 p.m. Okay, let's eat dinner first. Like we'll eat dinner first and stuff.
Alessandra's face is gonna twist and she's gonna say, I don't trust
We'll
dinner.
bring
I
dinner
didn't
up.
make myself.
don't they have food at the bar downstairs?
There's not a
Then
bar
you
connected
can eat
to the inn,
some
but
of
you
our
can
rations.
Yeah.
Alessandra's gonna go, shit, I still need a crossbow.
You always can check somewhere on the way out in the morning.
I was gonna say, do you want to go do that now and see if anywhere's
Alessandra's
open?
gonna shake her head. And she's gonna kind of like side-eye Tulip. She can't leave her alone. She doesn't want to.
You could run out, get food, and
Alessandra's just gonna shake her head again.
I will run out then. Can I trust you?
Alessandra's gonna shake her head.
We're eating rations tonight then. How about we just make a stay at night tonight, yeah?
Alessandra's gonna nod. She's gonna say, that sounds smart.
Okay.
Nemmy's not even gonna question it.
I almost want to see Nemmy and Tulip by themselves, but at the same time,
so do I.
I'm terrified of that.
I have a feeling Nemmy would fall asleep, and then Tulip would sneak out.
Yeah.
So you all are just gonna settle in with your rations for the night?
Yeah, Alessandra's gonna stay awake the majority of the night. She wants to make sure Tulip doesn't go anywhere.
So Tulip gets out her rations because her parents obviously packed her stuff too, and she pulls out a bottle of travel ale and she starts drinking it. It's just like,
Alessandra's gonna stop and say, no.
But I opened it. The fizz will be gone if I don't drink it.
Tomorrow morning, it'll be fine for a couple hours.
We're gonna sleep for like 8 hours. It's gonna fizzle out.
How about we all share it? I'll pop another one. How about we just share it, like 2 and 2, you know?
She's gonna nod.
It's better if we all drink a little bit, yeah?
She nods in concession.
Make a persuasion check, Vesper.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give you
I love Nemmy.
I'll give you adventure. I'll give you advantage because did you get another nat 20? No.
I cannot make this up. Gabby, I will send you a picture. I cannot make this up.
I want a picture of this one,
like I am dead serious about this.
Like, I'm not calling you a liar, but I can't believe
I'm dead.
Like,
I have not touched it. I rolled my other dice. I rolled the black dice, so there's 2 there.
Okay. Oh my god.
Just to see what would happen with the other one, because I cannot make this up. I'll send it to the group. I cannot. Like, I swear to God.
Vesper's gonna be the most shit character at the end of this quest.
She really is gonna, like, she's making nat 20s on what is inconsequential!
Oh yeah,
okay,
it's a 20 and an 18.
It's a 20 and an 18, so even if I, like, the 18 would still be a 19.
Good roll.
Yeah, it's still a 19.
So,
No, 21, actually. So that's a 23 total.
Tulip nods. She's like, I agree. And she comes over and she sits next to Vesper. Where is Vesper, like, chilling right now?
What bed did Nemmy take? Whatever bed Nemmy did pop down on.
She, laid in, like, the first one. Like, as soon as you walk in the room, I'm gonna assume the bed's a little bit off to the left.
Yeah. Yeah, so
kind of lying on the wall.
The bed in the middle would be for Vesper.
Okay,
Alessandra's
that's the one I sat in then.
So Tulip plops on the bed next to you, like right next to you, and she offers her bottle to you. And she waits for the other 2 to get a bottle out to share together.
I will take a drink.
Does Alessandra or Nemmy get out a bottle?
Alessandra's fine. She needs to be sure.
Nemmy is most definitely going to have a drink. She's going to take a swig of some ale.
So 3 of you are drinking, and after 5 minutes of passing the bottle back and forth between Vesper and Tulip, she looks back over and she's like, Nemmy's drank like half of that bottle and you haven't had any, Alessandra. Don't think I haven't noticed.
Alessandra's gonna say, last time I was here, I got very drunk, and some very interesting things happened.
Her eyes go bright, and she's like, what interesting things happened? Were you two here? And she looks over at Vesper and Nemmy.
She's gonna kind of fumble over her words. She's gonna say, I was talking to the corner, as if someone was there. And then I passed out on the floor.
Yeah, that is true. She did that.
Why were you were that drunk that you were talking to the corner?
Apparently. That's what Nemmy told me. I was talking to the corner.
That's wild. You don't remember it all, so like you don't know who you thought you were talking to?
She's gonna shake her head and say, nope.
Are you lying to her right now?
Yes.
Roll a deception check.
I'm not even fucking kidding. I got 18.
That's so weird. I've never been that drunk before.
I was just gonna say, yep. Weird things happen when I get drunk.
Apparently. What happened to you, Nemmy, when you got drunk here? Or were you not drunk? Was she the only one drunk? I'm assuming a lot of other situations. Did you let her get drunk alone? Because that's not a good friend move.
No, I was drinking too, but I know how to handle my ale a little bit more than Alessandra.
Alessandra's gonna start laughing. She's gonna say, you were drunk too.
And I was, but I wasn't talking to an empty corner.
Alessandra's gonna say, but Waffles ended up on a table in the middle of someone's food.
Yeah. Sometimes he does like to wander off when he thinks that he's going to be unsupervised. That's mainly why he stays in my bag, or else I'd probably lose him.
You don't want to lose an adorable little guy like that. And she like looks around Vesper at Waffles laying on the bed. He's probably passed out, I assume.
Oh, he is. He's tired of listening to everybody talk all day. Usually he's used to silence.
And she's gonna look over at Vesper and be like, and what did you do when you got drunk?
I didn't really get drunk, so nothing really happened. I just took care of these two.
And then
So you
Alessandra's
were,
gonna
like, the
smile
mom friend?
knowingly. Alessandra's gonna smile knowingly,
Yeah.
and she's gonna say, you took care of someone else pretty well too, huh?
Tulip's gonna be like, what does she mean like that?
Yeah, Vesper, tell
Vesper
us.
has the 1,000-yard stare. And she takes it and laser beam eyes Alessandra. Nobody. She was probably so drunk she thought she saw somebody else here.
And Tulip's gonna be like, I mean, she was talking to a corner. I believe that wholly.
Exactly.
Alessandra's just gonna laugh.
I can't wait until we're at a place where we can party like that together, because I want a night like that. And she like finishes off the last of the bottle that you guys were sharing.
Well, maybe once we get you to the winged one, we can.
Yeah, I
Celebrate.
think that's a celebration after that.
Okay, that would be.
You know,
that'd be
kind of
cool.
like at the end of the adventure, we can kind of,
You know, if we don't like die. And
Yeah.
then she
Not
just
until
like
dusk, Tulip.
gets up and she like face plants into her bed.
Okay. Good.
Alessandra's gonna sigh with relief and just gonna say, is she actually asleep?
Yeah, she out.
Make perception checks.
Oh Lord,
Oh, I'm gonna make one too.
it's not a natural 20 this time.
15.
17.
12.
To everyone in the room, you think she just face planted, probably waited a couple minutes, and you think she's sleeping. She had a long day. She had a breakup. She passed out. Learned a bunch, met new people, went on an adventure, saw a castle. She went through a lot today. She passed out.
Nemmy's gonna walk over and she's gonna cover her with a blanket and she's gonna say, well, I guess we should go to sleep, guys, so we can get up early in the morning.
Alessandra's going to
Yeah.
agree, but she's not gonna go to sleep.
Do we wanna, now that she's asleep, do we wanna do shifts so we can at least sleep a little bit tonight?
Sure.
So I'm just gonna look over at Vesper and say, yeah, sounds like a good idea. I'll take first watch.
Okay.
Nemmy's gonna yawn and she's gonna say sleepily, I'll take second.
I'm good for whenever.
And that's where we'll end it for this episode, guys. We'll address what happens in the hotel room or doesn't happen throughout the night. And I guess the real beginning of this adventure, away from beds and stone walls.
Oh, no.
I still can't believe that fucking worked.
I can't believe that worked either. I feel like Vesper's gonna bitch
Dude.
slap Alessandra one day. I just-
Alessandra is gonna wake up with a warhammer in her chest one day.
Oh my god.
It
You
fucking
keep
worked.
bringing things up.
Alessandra is chaotic neutral, which is code for chaotic dumbass. So
I just feel like Vesper and Alessandra are slightly at each other's throats constantly, not in a horrible way, but on a sibling way.
Yeah.
And then Nemmy's just kind of there in the middle, hey guys, I'm glad we're friends.
Hi.
I'm so glad I'm not alone.
Let's sing Kumbaya.
I mean, that's literally.
I feel like Vesper doesn't even like do anything to Alessandra really though. It's just Alessandra making comments and Vesper saying, "Don't you dare."
She just has to get that ass. That's her brand.
It is my brand.
So, how are y'all feeling about Tulip now that you finally like fully met her and immersed with her?
She's great, but she's a handful.
Oh, she's a handful for sure. She's definitely a spoiled chief's daughter's teen.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's gonna take some getting used to. We've all
Really
lived
brings
rough
a
lives.
chaotic, element to the party.
Yeah.
Not that it needed more of a chaotic element.
No, we did not need any
No.
more.
No, well, you got
Not when
it.
Alessandra. Mm. No.
Oh yeah, you took
Oh
real
my
good care of a
God.
friend up there, huh?
Oh my god. Anyway, does anyone have any parting statements / stuff they want to plug?
Anyway, still plugging my DD driver.
Brought you your food in your time of need.
I really did. He came in clutch today.
Anyone else?
No, I
I
think
don't think so.
that's it.
Alright.
No.
Well then, thank you for listening to the Maidens of Mayhem podcast. If you want to follow us on any of our social medias, we are on Instagram at Maidens of Mayhem Pod and Twitter at Maiden Mayhem Pod. We will hopefully see you again next week.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be lots of fun. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.